Hey guys, here's another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. As you can probably tell, it's a lot more light in the shop than it usually is when I'm filming these. For most people in the United States, the time changed Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I don't know about you guys, but I had a pretty hard time waking up this morning. Hit my snooze button some extra times, and my workout kind of sucked, but anyway, here I am, managed to put in a full day. So let's go ahead and talk about what was done today. So Monday, Rafa was here. He finished up putting in the cables I talked about last week, or the cable conduits or tubes, whatever you want to call them, for the reserve lever and the manual choke on the 59 bus. And so you can see those installed. There's one there and there's one there. The tubes are all routed under the bus. They come out in the back. And yeah, so like I mentioned before, those were missing. And so we had to go back and add them. Not ideal to do once the belly pans were on the bus, but Rafa had a pretty good idea how to route them, and that's what we did. So that's done. Yeah, he spent most of the day finishing that up. Real pain in the butt. So other than that, he started in on the rear suspension. So we got both spring plates on. I think he did a few other things under there, not sure what, but yeah, so probably tomorrow we'll go ahead and put the transmission in, which has been done for some time. Nice stock rebuild. Proper split case transmission for proper for a 59 bus with reduction boxes and everything. Super nice restoration on the transmission. So yeah, that'll probably go in tomorrow. And the front suspension for this bus is also already built. So probably by tomorrow at this time, this bus and this bus are going to be at pretty much the exact same stage, in that they'll both have the front suspension, rear suspension, transmission in. This one may actually end up a little bit further because we do have the completed and painted steering box, so we'll go ahead and put that in. Still waiting on that for this one, but other than that, yeah, these two buses are going to be almost at an identical state. They both have their headliners in already, and they're both mostly wired. So kind of cool to have these two going together more or less neck and neck. So that was about it for Rafa for today. For me, I worked on the Ghia today. Decided to start doing some cleaning on the front. Those of you that are regulars on the channel know that towards the end of last week, I did all the undercoating and everything in the back suspension and all the underbody areas back there. So now I got to do the same on the front. So started off the morning, and actually I should mention we're going to paint all the front trunk compartment here yellow, so we're having some paint mixed up. So started just kind of scraping in here, just a lot of dirt and some rust and stuff. So just starting some initial preparation of the front trunk area here to get it ready. And then I also started scraping on the front suspension and the pan here. Still very greasy. I'll get in and degrease it all with gasoline and wire brush and Scotch-Brite it all, get it all ready for undercoating before I get to that point. But I also started working on the front suspension as far as getting it clean, and I decided to go ahead and check the ball joints that attach the trailing arms to the spindles, and at least one of them was just pretty wore out, so I decided we'll go ahead and replace them all. The ball joints themselves aren't terribly expensive, and a little bit of labor. We use another shop that has a big press and tooling to press those old ones out and press new ones in. So we're going far enough with this car. It doesn't make any sense to leave the car with rattly ball joints. So those came apart. 3 of the 4 trailing arms came out really easily. And one of them, is those of you who saw the thumbnail for this episode can probably guess, one of them was actually bent. So I don't know how well that's going to show up on here, but you can see this is kind of curved in this direction like that. So this car, yeah, I think you can probably see that. See, it's bent that way. This car was in a, and this is, I should mention, this is from this side, the driver's side. This car was in an accident apparently at some point on this side of the car. Because as I might have mentioned before, this fender has been replaced, and you can kind of see here, back in the day when they replaced panels on Volkswagens, it was pretty common to braze the panels together. Not sure why they did that instead of welding them, but whatever. But anyway, that was kind of a good hint when I first saw it that this fender had been replaced. So yeah, I think what happened was this car was smacked pretty hard on this side, and that would explain why that trailing arm is bent, and that would explain why it took some considerable effort to get it out. But yeah, we'll go ahead and replace that, and then have new ball joints put in all those, and it'll be as good as new. The good news, I guess, if there's any silver lining, is since I had to go ahead and pull the whole front suspension apart, I can clean that much better and paint that much better and so on than if I sort of did it with everything more or less intact. So really able to get in there and clean a lot better. And when it comes time to paint the undercoating in here, I'll do that without all those arms on. So I'll be able to get much better coverage all in here and around the suspension and so on. So yeah, I guess that's the silver lining, is the paint and the front suspension and so on will be that much nicer for having taken it all apart. And you know, the car will ride and handle much better with nice new tight ball joints. So that is it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon. Bye.